Okay. All right. I am um I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry guys. I'm looking at text messages. Okay. Yes. So, sorry about that. It's crazy around my house. But I wanted to talk about the Nexus characters in the MCU. Now, if you don't know what Nexus characters are, that's perfectly fine. In the Marvel comic universe, which is not the MCU, the Marvel comic universe, Nexus characters are beings that are the same in every single universe, such as the Scarlet Witch, which she would actually be one in the MCU as well. Havoc was also listed as one. So if he travels to a different universe, he's still the same person. Like there's always that same person. Now, examples of characters that aren't necessarily Nexus beings is Spider-Man. Spider-Man in different universes. There's Peter Parker. There's Miles Morales. There's um, oh, I don't know. There's a bunch of different ones. Some of them are Peter Parker, some of them aren't, and so they're not the same beings. Um, I don't know if the pet one even works, the Peter Porker, the Spider Ham, but in the 2099 universe, he's Miguel O'Hara. So there's different people that can be these characters, so they're not necessarily Nexus beings. But it got me thinking, if we have them in the comic universe, do we have them in the MCU? And I think we do, because the Scarlet Witch goes from universe to universe. And when she goes, she kind of takes over that person's body. She's still the Elizabeth Olsen character in every universe. So she's going to be considered a Nexus being because she's going to be that same person. Some other examples I found: uh, Peggy Carter, for instance, Captain Britain, I guess is what they wanted to call her in the Multiverse of Madness. I can't remember off the top of my head, but she would be considered one because she is the same in the original MCU. She had something happen to her where she got the super soldier serum, but she is still Peggy Carter, essentially, in another universe. So she would be considered a Nexus being. Doctor Strange, we know that there's Doctor Strange is in multiple universes. Dr. Stephen Strange, he's still the Benedict Cumberbatch character. Circumstances may be different. He may look visually a little bit different, but he's still that. But we know Spider-Man, for instance, is not a Nexus being because even though he's still Peter Parker, you had Tobey Maguire, you had Andrew Garfield, and you had Tom Holland. They were three separate beings that were Spider-Man in the MCU. And because they all met, we know that they're not the same being. So they're not considered Nexus individuals. Claire, who's the Doctor Strange love interest, she was the same person. She was Rachel. Is it McAdams or Adams? But either one, same actress for each character. So it's the same person, right? It's the same. It's the same being, which means that she is essentially a non-superpowered Nexus being. So that's pretty cool. Do Nexus beings have special significance? They're supposed to. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but they're supposed to. So if she's non-superpowered, what would her special significance be? We have Black Bolt. I believe that they said that the Black Bolt in the Inhumans miniseries is this not the same Black Bolt that was in the Illuminati and Multiverse of Madness. So if they're not the same individual, if it's not the same universe, but it's the same actor that's playing them, we know that that's the same being. So Black Bolt would be considered a Nexus being. Hold on, let me get my bracelet. Sorry, I had a bracelet and I knocked it off. Um, but I saw M Gaming has subscribed. Hello, M Gaming. Special shout out to you. But yeah, um, are there any other ones? I had Charles Xavier here because he was done in the same way as the Fox, you know, X-Men movies played by Patrick Stewart. He had the same chair as the animated series. So could he actually be a Nexus Being because he's going from universe to universe as the same person? So I'm wondering what you guys think. Let me know. Uh, Maria Rambeau, I have listed as another one, because she was in the Captain Marvel movie as Captain Marvel's friend, and then as she got, um, in the other universe or whatever, she actually became Captain Marvel. So it looks like the same actress, the same being in multiple universes. She would be considered a Nexus Being. The last one I have on my list that I found was Mordo, Doctor Strange's kind of rival in the sorcerer realm. Um, Same character, same actor, different universes. So Mordo, would he be considered a Nexus Being? You know, it doesn't seem like a big deal, and it might not be. But we know that these Marvel movies have layers upon layers upon layers. Could this be something that they realized and then took action on and was like, okay, we're gonna have these guys as Nexus Beings? I have no idea, but I'm anxious to kind of see where it all plays out, if it plays out at all. But I would love to hear what you guys think. So I'm gonna cut it short now because I don't think I have any viewers. If I do, welcome. If I don't, I guess watch if you have a chance. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think, because I think this is kind of a interesting aspect that could expand out farther, and maybe even reach towards, animated series. Like, what if? And I'm gonna circle this back to Jeremy Renner because I think what happened to him has been like insane. What if they make Clint Barton a Nexus Being, so that he can actually be in like maybe animated shows doing voiceovers and still get those credits? He can be in other alternate timeline adventures, like where things happen in other universes, as someone that has been injured and, just from years of being a hero without, physical superpowers. I think that there's a lot that they can do. And if they make him a Nexus Being, then that just leaves the door wide open for Jeremy Renner, for him and his family to be taken care of for years down the road. Which I think would be awesome, because he kind of needs that, right? I mean, well, I don't know if he needs it. He's got lots of money anyway. But what happened to him cut his career short, definitely. Even if he makes a full recovery, it's still cutting his career short. So I'm anxious to know, but are there any other Nexus Beings in the MCU that you have found? If they are, if there are any, let me know. Where did you find them? How did you find them? Do you think that Nexus Beings could have a bigger impact in the MCU? If so, what could it lead to? Could it lead to something? Could it lead to something like maybe with Galactus? One of the funny things that I found is that they are talking about casting other actors for the role of Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie. And this is last I saw. So if I'm wrong, I that's okay. I won't know until it comes out. But maybe it's got something to do with Kang, because Kang is the same in multiple dimensions, right? But we know Loki. Loki, for instance, he's not considered a Nexus Being because he's different people in every universe. One universe, he's a woman. Another universe, he's an alligator. Another universe, he's a kid. There's a lot of things that are happening there. And one of the most beloved MCU characters is not a Nexus Being. So is there something to say about that energy? What I'd like to see is maybe something dealing with, like, maybe Kang brings upon Galactus in some version. I have no idea. and maybe the Nexus beings are what we need to battle Galactus. I don't know. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. It's what I do. But let me know what you guys think. I think I'm going to end this here. But yeah, let's talk about the Marvel Nexus beings. And go from there. Thanks, guys. I think this version of my live stream ran better than that last one, so I might keep this format. Let me know, because how did it come out? Can you hear me okay? Let me know, guys. But in the meantime, I hope everyone is blessed. I hope everyone's happy. I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is smart.